Good morning and welcome to our Pacific Morning Show. Happy Monday, the 20th of February. We're so happy to be back and we have an awesome guest on the show. We are here with Laite Mapa, who is a senior advisor, guys.
Bro,
senior advisor.
Cringe. Oh my gosh. It's so cringe.
No, don't.
Yo.
Own that.
She is Tongan Māori, senior advisor for the New Zealand Health Quality and Safety Commission. Really huge role. They ensure that the quality and improvement of all health services ensure equity. They're like the watchdogs of New Zealand health. How are you this morning, Laite? It's so good to have you on our show. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thanks, everyone. What's
Super
up,
keen.
everyone? Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Esau, this morning?
Alive.
Great answer.
Barely.
Breathing.
Yo, Therese, yourself?
Same. I'm feeling good and really happy to have Laite here.
For sure. We have a lot of things planned for this episode and a lot of conversations which I can't wait to get to. But that's us. Let's get straight into it. Talk of the day. I'm going to start us off with our talk of the day. I want to talk about the RSE workers. A lot of things to cover in that topic.
Yep.
But previously, the RSE workers, the floods that happened, their homes were like wiped out. So we had a lot of people online saying it's their fault, it's the employer's fault, it's, why didn't they prepare earlier in time? But I want to talk about the people who were taking photos and posting constantly, but it was like of them, like doing all the work. Like, that quote, if you're going to help, leave the camera at home.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. I want to bring that up. But then
Manners? Is that a quote?
I want to bring that up, but then in response, they will usually say, but what about awareness? And I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, people do need to be aware of what's going on down there. But does awareness mean the camera in front of your face? Awareness can mean taking a photo of the food that's already done and say, we have this many plates available. We have this many beds available. It doesn't have to be you literally getting clicks or likes over the grief of others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100.
What do you guys think about that? And the whole situation, if you have any thoughts on it.
It could be, especially around people always taking photos of themselves doing good deeds. I think of politicians. They always do that, right?
But it is. It's a campaign.
It's so true.
It's like,
And it is election year,
Yeah.
and it might be changing to June. Yeah.
Look at me, I'm digging a hole.
okay, guys, I'm a public servant. I have to be biased.
like-
yeah, I have to be neutral. I'm neutral. But it's like, the Mangere floods, right?
Yeah.
And like, okay, but let's be real. There were those people that were like at the hubs taking photos and like smiling. The leaders were coming to seize and stuff, and I was just like, dude, are you for real? And I was judging what they were wearing too.
What were they wearing?
What are they wearing?
Oh,
Suits?
kind of like Ivanka Trump. Do you remember her?
Oh,
when she was
no.
like, maybe it wasn't heels, but do you know what I mean? Like,
I know what you mean.
people are like,
Like they're pulling up for the photos.
Yeah.
it's the photo when they're all on the line and they come together and they're like smiling. Okay, sorry, just that kind of, I'm just not about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just sad. Like, people lost their homes, bro. And you can see them walking in the back, like, just collecting stuff, and they're all laughing while, like, someone's lost their home in the background.
Yeah.
It's so cringe, Like, because the actual community workers that been doing the work, that are doing the work in the ground, always in the background.
Yeah.
And they're like, no media attention, no nothing, because they know they're just there to do the mahi. And then we get politicians coming in and they're like, there for 2 seconds. They're like, quick, get a photo so everyone knows that I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, got to feel for the fruit pickers down there, the RSE workers, because they came here, so similar reasons why our parents came here.
Yeah.
Better opportunities to earn money, and they're already been taken advantage of.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
They're vulnerable, yeah.
They're already vulnerable as it is, and then, but then they just
Margins in the margins.
You're gonna be extra, So I just hope that they kind of reevaluate how everything's been operating there, and also just improve their living conditions.
Yeah.
And see if they can improve their remuneration.
I always
pay.
mix up that
Yeah.
word, or it's
To kind of reevaluate how much they get paid.
You've been to one before, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I went to a nice one. Like, what is it? We got put up in this like really nice old school house for a long weekend, and I enjoyed it. But I think that's because I went to a nicer one. Obviously, there are others that aren't as nice. Yeah. But obviously that I reckon that's gonna mean we got to pay extra for our fruit, but we're already paying extra for everything already.
Yeah.
So watch. So yeah, might as well. So the tacos and the usos and the tanganes who come through get paid more.
Yeah.
May as well.
So yeah.
And how much are like the RSC workers bringing into New Zealand's economy?
That's a good question.
You know, like I can't remember the stats, but they said that they bring so much money into New Zealand's economy and they make peanuts off of it.
Yeah.
And just the way that they're treated, like they were left on top of the roof for 8 hours.
Oh my gosh.
And
yeah.
Yeah, and the headlines were like, oh, they were safe. Well, is that hungry and cold, drenched for 8 hours? Like, they should be compensated for that.
Exactly.
I want to start a petition.
Start one.
I was like,
and she can make petitions happen too. I think you should.
You're gonna do another one like how you made that parade happen. Guys, if you want like if you want something to happen, sorry,
this chick will make it happen. And also, RSC just needs so much more improvement. Like, it's been 30, 40, 50 years now.
I mean, it's like the new slavery, but whatever. It's modern slavery.
It is.
And it's like, I feel like America's really, like we talk, in America, they do the huge, like, human trafficking campaigns. I don't think we don't even talk about human trafficking. People think of like human trafficking as like sex trafficking, which is like cool, but it's also like in employment and labor, right? Labor laws and stuff.
For sure.
Like, how many people do they take away like RSC workers' passports? I don't know. I just, that's something to explore. I don't think we really talk about it, but.
They take away their passports?
Yeah, or just control, so.
Oh, to control them.
And look at their living conditions. Wasn't there an article of like, I don't know, 13 of them living in this one bedroom, like house?
There's a lot of corruption.
Like,
and even.
Yeah, so maybe like, I feel like, man, is this fruit that I'm eating supporting human trafficking? I don't know. We got to figure out. We just got to sort that out. I don't know.
Human trafficking.
So what you're saying is grow your own
kiwi
fruit.
Legit plantation, yeah.
And then we can go down the seed thingy you told us about. See, that's another rabbit hole, bro.
Hey.
That's another rabbit hole.
That's another rabbit
Let's
hole.
stick to the talk of the day.
They're controlling your seeds. And I'm talking about your seeds, like fruit seeds and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But real quick, Esau was telling us how they painted a seed.
Oh
What?
gosh, no, it's Monsanto. All right. So Monsanto is oh gosh. Monsanto is a multinational corporation that holds patents on food seeds.
Yeah.
So
But who gives them the right though? That's like nature.
they genetically engineered it.
Okay.
Everything we eat is genetically engineered. Like everything, everything's been
modified.
Yeah, everything's been modified. No matter how much we want to talk about, no GMOs.
I know.
Nah, that's not how a banana actually grows in nature. That's not how an apple grows in nature.
Oh my gosh, I legit actually wanted to do a smart farm though.
What is that?
A smart farm is where you like use data to like grow fruits and veggies.
Oh, how
And I wanted to bring that into like New Zealand just because I was like, why not?
That would be sick.
So that's Skynet.
You can use data to grow veggies?
Yeah, so you use like the data points, change temperature, it's basically like a smart greenhouse. Right?
Oh,
I think
you know what I mean? So you don't really need to do work.
I think
I'd like that.
I think I've seen that they've what is it? They've automated certain tractors and stuff or certain harvesters that will literally only pick what is ripe.
Oh, okay.
And will leave
Oh
what
my
isn't.
gosh, that sounds like natural selection of like from humans down to food. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Let's just go back to like the plantation. Yeah, we'll just go back to roots. Yeah.
I think we
Dang, we just like colonized like. Okay, never mind food. Oh yeah, let's go.
Stop taking advantage of our cousins and uncles that come here. Mole, that would be great.
That'd be awesome. That was my we went on a lot of topic jumps there. Explore these rabbit holes, guys. Like, we haven't got into it in depth, but they exist and they're out there. Feel free to do your Google research or whatever you feel like doing.
There's like layers.
Yeah, there's layers of it. Exactly. Did you want to share your talk of the day?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Roman Reigns.
What about Roman Reigns?
We need to ban you from Talk of the
Yeah.
Day.
What happened to Roman Reigns?
He's been WWE Undisputed Universal Champion of the World for 900 days.
For 900 days.
We should have banned him. We should have banned him from
Guys,
Talk of the Day.
Samoan excellence. As a person
cool.
who's been Samoan since the grand final of the Rugby
Oh,
League World
snap.
Cup.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
better relax.
Self-identified.
Can't
Yeah.
claim
Tongue-in-cheek.
cultural
I am-
identities, okay?
Ethnicity,
Guys.
self-identified. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can.
I'm transracial.
Trans.
All right, we're going to go straight into our quote.
We're gonna cut this right now.
Roman's got good hair though, right? He's a dude with good hair,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
nice hair.
Yeah, because he's Samoan.
Just
So.
May.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah,
shouldn't
I
say
like
that,
Roman
yeah.
Reigns.
Roman Reigns, yeah.
So he's the champ for 900 days.
900 days, and he's gonna get knocked over by. Oh, we don't know. He's gonna knock him over, but probably a white man. Or something.
No, ain't no way.
Guys, but he's the son. But he's the son of Dusty Rhodes, the American Dreams, hard times, baby. He's that guy. Don't get
I
me
know
started on
nothing about
wrestling.
wrestling.
I know, right? But
Yeah.
I just wanted to state that fact, and that who's that? Ryan, do you know who's the Samoan dude who won the a part of the Kansas City Chiefs? Oh,
Yeah, Juju, bro.
yeah, Juju, yeah.
Oh yeah,
He
these Samoans
won
are
a
just
Super-
out here.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, but did you see his pregame outfit?
What was it?
What?
Oh, you did not see Juju's
Nah, I don't
pregame
watch the
outfit?
Super Bowl.
Oh.
Yeah, same. I just
You know,
watched
he was
Rihanna
wearing
show.
his like kilt. His kilt. What do you call it? Kilt.
Oh,
He wasn't
British-
wearing a EA.
Nah.
No, and I thought he would. But I was like, oh, that's cool.
That's
yeah, never
alright.
mind, it
Because
was a-
didn't he was wearing a flag or something?
Yeah, he was.
Like at the end.
You know what? If you want to wear a kilt, then wear a kilt. I mean, that just I'm concentrating on Roman Reigns.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
Roman
okay.
Reigns.
Oh yeah.
Does
Shout
Roman
out to
As you
Reigns,
can
does he wear?
tell.
Yeah.
We're also very
as you can
moved
tell,
by this talk of the
Some
Shout out.
interesting news to share with your co-workers today about Roman Reigns,
Shout
guys.
out.
And also start some discussion around the RSC workers as well.
Mm.
But I'm going to get into our quote of the day. This one is by Sharice Davids. I'm going to find quotes moving forward from Indigenous leaders. And this quote goes like this. Strong alliances can thrive even where disagreements exist, but they cannot thrive where free and open communication is shut down.
Oh,
Yo. And I like this one.
yeah.
Because heaps, it gives me like thoughts about people who gatekeep. And that's what gatekeeping is, when you're not willing to have the conversation, to work something out with someone. You
Yeah.
just think your way is correct. We're going to go this one, and you silence other people. But
Oh, it's communist, yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So what Sharice Davids is saying is like, as long as the conversation, the floor is open for conversation, that's progress. So I think it's important, especially in so many like industries. I know for your industry it would be super important, like you're in public service. What do you think about it?
Yeah, 100%. I think there needs to be a devolution of like power and leadership, right? And I think that's like my massive thing. I always like jam with Therese. It's even for like other younger Tira, like it's get rid of the table, roll out the mats, roll out the fella. It's time to talk.
Period.
And I think we just need to have like talking circles. You just always need to have that dialogue, continuous dialogue, in order to hopefully not become communist. No, but you know what I mean? Like a monopoly of power. It's like or
exactly.
structures, systems, processes. It's like yeah, that dialogue is really important. So yeah, free.
I love that.
Yeah.
And it's bro, it's not personal, right?
It's not
People,
personal.
it's like you don't yuck the yum. It's
I think-
cool. Diversity
yeah.
of thought. Come on, that's how we get like
Yeah.
And people
Okay.
only gatekeep when they take it personal. So it's like
Fragile.
Yeah, they're fragile because they think everything is an attack on their idea without understanding there is like a wealth of ideas everywhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
It goes against cancel culture as well, because it's like
yeah.
cancel culture is like we shut down any ideas that doesn't agree with like the trending idea at the time. But what it doesn't do, it like closes off all the like nuances of like these conversations and like complexities within these conversations.
100.
What we need though is like an open space and like diversity in thought.
Mm.
You know, like we need like to welcome that and be open to that, because I feel like that's where real like progress actually takes
And
place.
strengthen our differences.
Yeah.
It's like everyone has a talent or a skill or something that they're good at. You just gotta let people thrive in what they love,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is
Or even
Yeah.
like different leadership types,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
different
Like I'm
leadership
learning
types,
that too. Like, not everyone wants to be like Jacinda Ardern and Chris
Exactly,
Dickens and
yeah,
like be at the
exactly.
front and like talk.
Yeah,
Doesn't mean, I don't know.
some people enjoy just
Yeah.
being in the background.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yes. Sometimes people just need to remember that 1 + 3 = 4. 2 + 2 also equals 4.
Oh,
Yo.
You know, there's different ways where you can interpret different things and just.
get it.
You really
That's
got your point across
me.
with mess.
I like your Yoda language you're using,
Yes,
eh?
run a well, yeah. I was actually gonna quote Star Wars when you said, when you were talking about nuance and all that sort of stuff, and I was
Yeah.
like, it reminds me of when was it Palpatine? He when he addresses the Senate,
Whoa.
and he's like, either you're with us or against us.
Ooh.
Mm.
You know who else said that? George Bush.
Oh, snap.
Oh.
Hey, but Bush wears Crocs.
Hmm?
He wears Crocs.
Wow. All right.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm never
All of
gonna get Crocs
the invasion
then.
of Iraq and Afghanistan is justified
Okay, guys.
by wearing Crocs. Nah, but that's crazy.
Nah, I love that.
So yeah, he stole that from Star Wars.
Wow.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I'm
that
sure
quote.
he's stolen
energy
a
is-
lot of things.
That's why you just gotta encourage open conversation.
That's it, eh? If someone
Yeah.
just says that quote, that's
Yeah.
it. Game over, eh?
Yeah.
Mm.
How dare you do me like that, Hannah? It makes me.
Oh.
Gosh.
You're killing it, bro. In a good way. I love those responses that you have. They're awesome.
Yeah.
But we'll be right back. Good morning.
Welcome back, everyone. Just here at the Pacific Morning Show and the amazing Laite here. Yeah. What do you mean? Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I'm just, those ones like,
You
oh.
are own that.
No.
Laite, I just gotta ask you a question about kind of your upbringing. Would you say that you're an army brat? And just kind of like for everyone who's watching, like, what is an army brat?
Yeah. So I was born in Hawaii. My dad, he served in the U.S. military and Army Pacific in that division. And my mom is just like a homemaker. She's a stay-at-home mom. So like my mom's never had a job just because my dad's Army career has provided for us. And in terms of being an Army brat, it's like context. It depends on context, right? So like back in Hawaii, which is that's where me and my sisters were born. We lived on base. Yeah, we're an Army brat. When I was in Korea, when I was in Texas, yeah, I could say I was an Army brat because I still had like my ID, which is like my military ID that I could use to get onto base. As well as in Korea. Korea's got a U.S. military occupation, whatever. But in New Zealand, I don't really like use that term to be an Army brat. I don't even know if like New Zealand military kids use that term. I'm not too sure, but an Army brat. So a brat is like what do you guys think of when you hear brat?
Like, gets
Spoiled.
everything they want.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's what Army kids kind of get. They kind of get everything. Like on base, it's just like different. We've got PX, which is like our I don't know, it's like our shop, but it's like cheaper. So we can get iPads and iPhones cheaper than what you get at the Apple store. So like,
What?
yeah, no, legit. So that's what we do. So like things, even like goods like Coach bags and all that comes
Yeah.
cheaper too. So we get like massive discount. Even like our Cheetos and stuff, yeah, that gets a massive discount. Even if you're in Korea too and you want Cheetos, yeah, you just go Army base and you get your like fix. Even like Arby's. Okay, sorry, I shouldn't talk about food like that.
So you're the plug, right? If
Yeah.
I wanna,
You can't sell it. I can go to jail, but like,
nah, but what if
oh, for free? I guess I can give it for free if I love.
what if
If
I
you like to say.
transfer to you, and then you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna go get your,
That's still like dodgy.
but then you gift it to me,
Oh, love that to you.
right?
And tell your whole plan on camera.
Tell
Yeah.
oh no,
Oh my god.
Joe Biden, I
I'm
was
not
just
really a
joking.
good scammer if you're going to
Didn't
tell
he
your
say
Joe
Yeah.
Biden's gonna come for you,
And they
bro.
say I was just joking, dog.
Oh my gosh. CIA, yeah, legit. Yeah, so those are Army brat. Army brat are kids of military parents or parent. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh man.
That's awesome. Could you give
Yeah.
us so we know that your father was in the army.
Yeah.
You're an army brat. What was your background like? Tell us a bit about yourself.
How do I say it? Like my dad's a flight engineer. So he specifically worked with like Chinooks. Chinooks are like the double propeller helicopters.
Yep.
They like rise up and they just like deploy like those men for missions and stuff. But my dad's like really smart and stuff. Like, my dad's a Tongan dude, right? My dad's a Tongan dude. But if you were to talk to him now, he's like, born in America, made in America, die for America. You know what I mean? My dad is so
Hearty American.
quite hard. No, I'm American. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because my dad's done like what 23 years in the army, in the U.S. military and stuff. But
that's a very common thing for people to be patriotic. Like,
if they're American,
if they're
they're so
American,
patriotic.
Yeah.
Like my dad, if he comes to our house in Utah, so my dad lives in Utah now that he's retired. They've got like the star. It's like this massive star, so everyone knows like, oh shoot, yeah, he's
military.
served in Iraq, Afghanistan, been deployed and
That's crazy. So like, can you talk more about like? So he was a flight engineer. Flight engineer. Like what is that?
A flight engineer. And I don't even know. Like it changed too. Like even if you talk to my dad about his stories in Iraq and Afghanistan, like we're just now learning of some of the war stories coming out. Because I feel like growing up, we just would never even ask my dad what he did.
Yeah.
Like I felt like every time my dad would come back home, it was just a switch off. My dad, bro, we would like, for Christmas, right? Like I got a G.I. Joe doll. Like a parachute, like my dad, but it was cool, you know. We got like skateboards. It was like cool. It was like swag. Sorry, we're a family of like all girls, so like I don't know. It was like cool, but like every time my dad would come off from work, we would never talk about what he did. You know, we would see when we drop him off, or we'll see when we'll come back from like deployment and stuff. But anyway, so like now that he's retired, and now we're like learning about what he's done, like especially in his deployment tours in Kuwait, Iraq, Afghanistan. Like we're listening to all this stuff, and we're just like, the nerve, like what? Anyways, it's so crazy. So as we're learning about this, and then I kind of get into this like spill where I'm like, okay, let me like check it on like YouTube, because he starts talking about, my dad talks about Osama bin Laden, right? So I'm like, I'm not just YouTube, Osama bin Laden, and then like I'm like, dang, this is like verified. Like my dad is not lying. Like this stuff is like on point. Oh, sorry, but
So is it like? Have you seen Top Gun, the movie with like Tom Cruise and stuff?
Yeah,
The
I don't really like.
Mavericks.
I want to see a
Is that
color
your dad?
military movie. I don't want to see.
because it's just the Pacific Islanders.
Coyotes and Maverick.
I haven't seen Maverick, but I'll see
almost
about
passed
another
out,
like the
but-
American Sniper and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like focused on like the all-American boy male.
Yeah,
white
like
male.
isn't there heaps of Pacific people in the military, like
Americans,
Americans, Hawaii, American Samoa, like
American Samoans. And my dad's like specific. You know what he does? Nah, there's probably just like two, him and another Uluuli, an African American dude. But my dad's kind of taught what he does. No one. But you have to be like on it to be an engineer.
That's crazy.
But I think a lot of Pacifica are we're just smart.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I've met anyone else with like a background or like you.
Yeah.
I think you're the first person I know that's been raised like having like a dad in the American military. I find that so interesting.
Me too. Like
It's helped me a lot. Like I went to school in Southside at Samoa College.
Yeah.
Just saw what, mate? The ghetto ass school. I can say it on camera because I was hit girl. Right? I can say that.
You mean Tangaro College and Botany?
Wait.
Tangaro College?
Luxon, you need to go. Anyway, gotta stop. I'm a public servant. I'm a neutral. But like my dad, I feel like my dad's career, like really, there were things I felt like in the school system that they would try to like trip me up. And my dad, being the military guy, he was like, no, you fight that. No, you do this. So, you know, I was just like, okay, I felt like I got this kind of nonconformist attitude from my dad's career, you know? So,
interesting.
I'm not afraid. Does that make sense? Like, I'm like, my enemy doesn't have three hands. When it comes to like policy, when it comes to research.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like a real gritty, like confident
Grit.
attitude.
I mean, there's times I do want to cry, but like, you know, like most times, so I was like,
I'm crying right now on the inside.
why?
All the time.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Yeah.
That's normal.
As your eyes tear.
Bad boy.
Let's not talk about how much pain I'm in right now because it's not about me. It's about
No, it's about all of us. Guys, don't make it communist. It's about everyone.
Is it communist? What's the first 4 letters, like the first few letters in community is also in communist?
Yeah.
Illuminati.
Yeah.
That's great. Because I'm just so interested in that, like the way that you're raised, whether like how that would have altered your lens on like life and the world. Yeah, what was that like? And like having your dad, like knowing that your dad was going into like really dangerous places. Like, did that scare you? And like never knowing, like, how did that make you
100%.
feel?
Yeah,
I
and
was
did you like ever
it's-
think like, why does my dad have to like fight?
Yeah, and I didn't even understand what the whole purpose of that fight was, or who it was for, because my family was here in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I remember 9/11. Like I still remember like we were on a road trip. That was like the only time my dad had time off. My dad, because we came back here from like 2000s, and so I went to primary school here. We came back here for my mom's like for final support because my dad was doing deployment in Kuwait. My dad was doing deployment, was stationed in South Korea, and we couldn't accompany him, right? And so we came back here, back to my great-grandmother's house in Otara. All right. Anyway,
Yes.
all right. So we came back here for final support, and then 9/11 happened. My dad was on holiday. Bro, we were going to go out to like, we're going to venture out the whole New Zealand. I feel like that's so American. You do road trips. Right, my dad's like, yo, let's do this. We got a new van, right? Let's go. We got to Rotorua. We grabbed some toys, and all of a sudden, me and my sister's playing outside, and then our dad wouldn't come out. So we're like, what's up, man? How come dad's not coming out? We go inside. We see 9/11, right?
Yeah.
And straight after that, I remember just watching. We're just like, what's this? We didn't really care, right?
Yeah.
And then my dad's like, okay, we need to go.
Yeah.
So then I was like, why? We're on holiday. We've got like 2 more weeks, bro.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden, we just started driving back up. Went straight to the Auckland airport. My dad's gone back, right? Because that's all military need to be at like full, 100%,
Yeah.
right? So all bases. So my dad goes straight back to South Korea. And then after that, 9/11, we just didn't see him anymore. Yeah, so like I remember just watching the whole Middle East, and I was like, this is like, I don't even understand. I've never seen people like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
And what I can imagine, you're like, this got nothing to do with my dad.
yeah, legit.
You know, he was like, and how in him, like he switched from dad mode with you guys into
Snap. Yeah, it was like
soldier mode.
now back. Yeah, for reals. And then there were times where he could do like 2 weeks off his like after his deployments. And I remember he'll come back, but it changed, man. It changed. Like my dad, bro, there was one time we went to the dairy. I remember this. My dad probably doesn't remember this. We went to the dairy and my dad goes, oh my gosh, they're here now. And I was like, who's they? Like, and I was like, thanks. I was like, Dad, buy my lollies. Let's go. He's like, they're here now. And I was like, who's they? Bro, he's referring to like the terrorists. And I was like, bro, these are dairy owners here in Southside. I was like, I don't know. But yeah, you know, it's just, yeah.
There's so like a bit of like PTSD stuff, like
yeah, things started coming out. Like it's my dad's got PTSD. He's got as a veteran now, he goes to the VA hospital, which is we're not gonna get into that, but it's like perfect care if you're a veteran. So he's going through therapy and stuff, and it's worked. But my dad gets triggered by ethnicity.
Yeah.
So it's when Balangis or it's when people come and ask him like, "What are you?"
Yeah.
And that's when my dad just starts swinging and my dad, well, before he gets swinging, he's like, you know, okay, my dad's name is Mafu Viliami, right? You use the like middle name. He goes by Viliami, but he goes by Will Mapa to be, you know, to fit in. Anyways, but like people ask him, what are you? And he's like, oh, you know, I'm American. Nah, mate, where are you? Where are you from?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm American. No, where are you born? No, California. My dad's born in Tonga. But my dad knows these people are trying to get him, right? So my dad's just taking them. My dad's kind of, my dad's like crazy, like, oh, not crazy. My dad's just smart like that. He's just, he'll take these people on the journey and stuff. And then, as soon as they say, nah, you're Samoan, right? You're Tongan, bro. That's when my dad starts like swinging. And but I can say this, like, they'll look after you if you're a veteran, right? So even though my dad's probably like nearly killed some of these people, you know, during these like encounters, he's like protected because no one can do 21 or 23 years for U.S. Army. It's hard. Not many people retire. So
that's a long
there's benefits that come out. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a long time. Yeah. It's a long time, and then we should get benefits.
Yeah.
Because that's time that he missed out from being with our family. But yeah, whatever.
But like being in that state for like those long periods of time, like I was just wondering like how that would mess you up mentally.
We're hearing stories now about other guys he served with that have like committed suicides. Yeah, man, it's just bad. But
so like now that you're older,
you know,
and you grew up literally with like being at your dad's side in the army, being an army brat, and you've learned so many things in the different careers, paths that you've been. How do you see everything now? Like, what's your perspective on your upbringing? What's your perspective on your dad joining the army?
Yeah, do you hate the government?
Do you hate the government? Do you think Pacific people should join the army? Do you think we're being exploited, like in Hawaii and places like American Samoa? Are people being looked after? And I know that's a huge thing to like ask you, but just in your
oh my gosh.
just in your life experience, where are you at now with all of that?
This could create a diplomatic row now.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to find my I'm trying to pull on my
That's all right.
diplomacy tools.
Yeah.
Okay, honestly, like I know at Samoa College they have, or like at some of these high schools, bro. I'm putting CC on the map. I don't know why, because y'all didn't vote for me for BOT, so I'm just gonna put this off. But anyways, like some of these high schools in Southside are now doing. You know, there's the Health Science Academy where they're trying to pipeline these kids into health careers, which is okay. I was one of those kids. I was one of those health science brats, if you want to use that term. But they've also got what is it? It's like it's trades academy, or it's like service academy.
Yep.
Service academy, so they're trying to get our kids into military.
Yeah.
And I was just like, and so some of the kids, like I teach, like for my church, I'm like heavily involved in my youth as a teacher and a leader and stuff. And as soon as they told me, I was like, y'all ain't gonna last. Like y'all can't even run. Like you know what I mean? Like what are you doing? Don't waste your time. And y'all are so smart and bright. Like don't go in the military. Yeah, I don't know. So there's parts of me that I'm just like, no, we don't need to do that. You don't need the support. And you don't need to be involved in the machinery. You can do whatever dreams and aspirations you want to do. It doesn't have to be military. But at the same time, I realized like a lot of these people, like individuals, are just trying to break poverty. Like the military is stable income. You get benefits. Your family gets healthcare and all that. Yeah. Education, G.I. Joe bill, right? So double-edged sword. I don't know. It's up to people. You can be your own agent, choose, but I wish that you just brown up the army, military.
What do you mean?
Brownification? Like, you know, it's a caste system, right? So there's like private sergeants, you know, and you go into like director and then general and then colonel. Yeah. Colonel's your big dog. Bro, KFC colonel was in the military. He white.
Is he? Was he?
KFC is a colonel.
I didn't know that as
I
well.
thought that was just a branding thing. I thought it was just a branding thing.
I heard that was an honorary thing.
Oh, I don't know. But hey, colonel, that's like the top in army, right? And a lot of those dudes are like not people of color.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're gonna go in the army, I hope you do it well. I hope you represent and you go to the top and start changing and influencing.
Right.
Yeah.
Can we just like take the whole army, like take it out?
No, we need the army.
Oh, for what?
When I overthrow the government.
I hate you.
Comrades.
Don't come for the commission, all right?
No,
don't come for the commission. Leave us on the edge of the terrace.
Nah, and I think it was unfair for me to drop that question on you because it's such a huge concept to like peel back and stuff.
But man, we need to explore that though.
For sure.
Research needs to explore that, right? Like in the Pacific, militarization is a huge thing. Like even in Fiji.
Yeah.
All of our Fiji.
Can we talk about that? Militarization in the Pacific? Yeah.
Yeah. Because like what you were saying before, like it's kids in poverty that they're directing that pathway to military, or people who, this is money. I can get money here.
That's stable. It's good.
Yeah.
Bro, you get 3 meals a day at the army. My dad was telling me it's good food at the cafeteria. But anyways, you know, like it's
right.
It's good.
And isn't like I did hear that American Samoa per capita like contributes the most people to the American military out of all the states in America. And these American Samoans get the least rights as American citizens.
Because it's not a state.
And that's Guam too. People like from Guam to Micronesia too.
Yep.
Who are joining the Marines and military too. I assume they'll be funneled into that.
Puerto Rico too, eh?
Oh, snap.
So what are your thoughts on that? Because that's messed up. Like,
should they be a state though? That's the thing.
So they don't send it. They don't need to send their people then into the army.
Yeah, but then it's like, you know, you could also ask the same thing as like, you know, Hawaii. Should Hawaii be a state? You know, and all of that stuff. Like, if you just tug on one thread, everything's gonna unravel, right? Yeah. Which is crazy.
And I wanted to talk about another thing happening in the Pacific called RIMPAC. Is it RIMPAC or RIMPAC? It's like they call it. It's like the world's largest international warfare exercise.
Yes.
Happening in the Pacific.
Yes.
And what does the Pacific gain out of this? And yeah, like these exercises, it happens for a month. Like New Zealand's involved, Australia's involved, like all these Western countries are involved, and they just literally come to the Pacific and just start bombing.
Sites testing.
Yeah, testing. And this is like ruining like ecosystems, our waters, like land, people's livelihoods. Yeah. And like there's nothing being done about it. It's been happening for like years. Still happens. And I'd really love your thoughts on that.
I'm sure these are questions that people ask Obama and like the presidents of America, but it's I know there's a lot to.
No, I feel like Obama just gets asked about Obamacare.
Yeah, true that. But what are your thoughts on that?
Like honestly, well, because for me, like the pen is mightier than the sword, right? Like I'm a nerd, I'm a dork, right? I think it's stupid. I think it's dumb. Yeah, they need to be held accountable. It needs to change. That needs to stop. They need to quit it. But I'm just still trying to figure out like who you're trying to protect us from. Like, who we're going to war with.
Yeah.
Well, like I don't know.
I feel like most warfare now.
It's archaic.
Yeah. I feel like most warfare now won't necessarily be on the battlefield, but more like on the internet. It's like whoever can best take over. You can cripple a whole country by cutting off their internet access and destroying their like satellite systems and stuff like that.
It's those people that those Russians not getting
the Russian bots.
Yeah.
No, that's mean. We're gonna go into a break. We'll be right back. Good morning and welcome back to our Pacific Morning Show. Lovely Laite. Oh, I can't find my lolly, but she bought us Mexican lollies, which Esau right here is trying right now.
Don't touch me.
How is it going?
I told you it's like a sweet corn chip.
It's like a sweet corn chip or a sour one?
Sweet corn chip.
A sweet corn chip, all the way from Mexico. So he looks like he's enjoying it.
My home country.
He looks like he's enjoying it right now. What's it called?
Dorito liquid form.
Dorito liquid form? Not the actual name, but that's what it may taste like.
It says...
Pelon. Say like Bad Bunny, like...
Oh. Pelon, Pelo, Rico. Bro, I feel like I'm going to get in trouble for saying it like that.
You might get canceled by the Mexicans.
People from my home country are going to judge you.
Yeah.
My Mexican family.
Sorry, guys.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you for that, Esau. Today we're having an awesome discussion with Laite, who has a wealth of experience in different sectors, such as government, working in systems as a Pasifika, strong Tongan and Maori woman. And we wanted to talk about capitalism. Yeah. And there's a lot of interest from Pasifika communities, youth, who are taking notice that capitalism needs to be undone. And it's crazy.
or like they're seeing that capitalism isn't working.
Yes.
Yeah. I get that.
You know, so like kind of like, what are your thoughts on how, a lot of people say that the only way to make meaningful change within systems is to be part of that system and undo all the work from within.
Renegade.
Yeah. But it's like, you know, but what are your thoughts on like, you know, how best can we undo capitalism or even tweak capitalism to make it better and more equitable?
Oh, not the equity.
Yeah, because you're in the equity space. You're in the equity space.
Yeah. I just want to say, like, I feel like people keep like throwing out the term equity, but don't even know what it actually means, right? Or don't even know what that looks like in action. Do you know what I mean? Like, what does it mean to be pro-equity? What does that look like? But anyways, no, I feel it. Like my youth at church, like speak about, I was like, yo, I'm just gonna go make money. I like said that like as a joke, and they were like, that's capitalistic. Like, no, that needs to die. And I was like, no. Go get your degree. Don't come for me until you get no. Shh, no. Okay. I love the energy that youth are bringing. I wondered, I don't know. I feel like I have that. Or like I had that. That whole like, I'm gonna disrupt, I'm gonna change. I'm not gonna work for like machinery for government, but I work for government. I'm a public servant. I'm not submissive. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh. But legit, like, and then I hear people like, I want to undo the capital systems. And I'm like, but I want to get that capital income. Like, I want my family to be on six figures.
Right.
Yeah.
I want my family to be like, I want our house done. Like, our house is ghetto. You know what I mean? So, in terms of like the machinery, and if you have to join a system, and if you can change and disrupt, I feel like you can. But it's a step game. It's a step change, and it's small. It's slow.
It's slow.
It's a
That's
slow
it.
burn.
Yeah,
It's like, and I'm like the most impatient person.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm like, bro, by the way, with our stats, I might be dying at the age of like 50. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I need it now.
Yeah.
And then I hear people, oh, you're not going to get it. It's not going to be our generation. It's going to be someone else. And I'm just like, what's wrong with you?
Well, I mean, like, we're in a generation of instant gratification, not delayed gratification.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
Some ramen,
what is it? We want things undone immediately.
Yeah.
When it took generations for it to be set up, so it's going to take generations for it to be undone.
And the whole capitalism, I'm like, no. I think it's racism. That's for me. That's the bigger thing that needs to be addressed.
So
racism.
could you peel that back for me? Like, what do you mean it's racism, not
I feel like
capitalism?
capitalism is still at the surface level. What feeds or what's like fueling capitalism is
Greed
racism.
and racism.
It's that whole subjugation of the others.
Yeah, taking advantage.
So I feel like we got to watch out, because I feel like people are like, yeah, it's capitalism. But then what happens is I think we just get pushed further in the margins. Like, and then all of a sudden people start to absorb responsibility, because capitalism, like, it's everything. It's everyone is suffering, right? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what happens is like our needs, Maori and Pacifica, get pushed back because of capitalism. I don't know. So,
and it's hard, because it's like, well, of course we want to undo like capitalism, but like at the same time we're trying to survive.
Yeah,
Do you
address
know, like,
racism, address discrimination, and then boom, there you go. You can address capitalism.
Yeah. But it's like
Pay gaps.
Yeah.
it's pretty hard to focus on undoing systems like that when you are struggling to buy food, when butter's like $5 or $10.
What?
And
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
Fish and chips too.
You know
Yeah.
when we
Fish
went
and
to,
chips.
you know when we went and
Yeah.
had fish and chips, me and you, Therese?
Yeah.
We went to Theory, the butter was $9.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah.
Facts, yeah.
But it's like, when you got problems like that, like really urgent problems like food and stuff, like, being super expensive, how do you have time to focus on like then you literally do not have a choice but to participate in capitalism to survive.
Yeah, and I guess who's benefiting from that capitalism?
Yeah.
It's the racist people. So, yeah, I don't know. We just gotta. I reckon our movement. I think we had a movement for like racism and stuff, but it's like gone now. Well, I don't know. We still gotta hold people accountable for like racism and prejudice and.
Yeah. And they're just pretending those things don't exist. Well, the people who benefit from it, of course.
Oh, well, a lot of people can say that. A lot of people would say that the people who benefit the most from capitalism are the ones who own the most land. Well, that's how it was originally seen as. That these kings and stuff back in the day would own their own little individual duchies and estates and stuff. And that's how you inherently have power.
Your wealth.
Your wealth is in the land and how much money you have. Our ancestors didn't necessarily see land that way. They saw it as they are kind of one with nature. And that we wouldn't, let's just look at it as how Māori saw land. Not one person owned land. The whole iwi, the whole hapu were of the land. That's why they call themselves tangata whenua, people of the land. And then kind of like how, and then settlers and all of those British people came in and saw land as a commodity. Right? Yeah, but I mean that's who came to New Zealand essentially, even though there were some French people.
Some Dutch.
Yeah, and some Dutch. but they came in and saw land as a resource. And
Transact,
and
right?
yeah, and that, oh, okay, if we give you this, then and I feel like we need to kind of strike a balance where we can kind of not necessarily see land or wealth. Well, we could kind of put it as the same way as like kind of how people are hoarding money now, as how the wealthy kind of hoard all this money to themselves.
Yeah, and then like how they say we do progressive taxation.
Yeah.
Progressive taxation.
Go, Therese.
No, go.
Say it now.
Sorry,
Say it to the camera.
say it,
Say it right
say it.
now.
I was just like, no, that's a great topic. Let's talk about that. Yeah.
No, you go first.
No, you go.
What is progressive taxation?
Oh. So
that I could get angry.
So it's basically like if you make more, you pay more tax.
Yeah.
And if you don't make as much, you don't. So there's like a progression, right? There's a spectrum. So not everyone's doing the whole same universal tax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what New Zealand is doing right now, right?
New Zealand's doing a progressive tax, but
like income caps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
you get
yeah.
more, like, then you get taxed more. Like,
yeah.
I'm annoyed.
They're too scared to be cancelled.
No. What's going to be cancelled? I'm not fragile. I'm not
I just
white.
think like there's a gap, okay? Like there's a gap,
There's,
but the
like-
gap is massive.
I'm sorry.
What do you mean by gaps?
It's like
the
it's so massive.
Wow, the rich, right?
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
wealth-
And then you've
yeah.
got our busty pico nurses. Sorry, I gotta say this because my sister's a nurse at Minimal,
Yeah.
the most ghetto hospital ever. But anyways, we're not gonna get into that. Wharton Street gives them AC, air conditioning. They do not have air conditioning. Anyways, no, I know. Anyways, we're not gonna get into that. Okay. Anyways, first of all, catching my thought. Anyways, but my sister is an enrolled nurse, right?
Yeah.
Nurses don't get paid like much, right? But she's paying like 33%. Yeah, it's stupid.
Texas Air.
Yeah, and she gets below. Okay, I'm gonna put it out. Sorry, Malika, I have to do this. She gets 50,000 below. You know what I mean? Like below 50. So
See, that's ridiculous.
Come at me,
Because
yeah.
it's like just to like add on to what you said, our taxes, like I just don't think it's great. Because there's this massive gap of like people are earning like 50,000 upwards. Like I still even think like now in our like state, 70,000, like having that as an income a year, like that's not enough to survive on, right? But like when you start reaching those brackets and you're trying to work out of poverty,
They take more.
more. And like my cousin, he started picking up an extra job, and he was working like earning an extra like $500 a week because he needed to help with his family. But then because he was getting double taxed, and it was like he wasn't even working a second job because he was getting double taxed. So I'm like, my point is, these people are trying to do something to get out of poverty. Like my cousin's literally trying to work 2 jobs to support his family, but because he's getting double taxed and because of the way that the tax system
Double
is
tax
working,
is really bad. Yeah.
yeah, it's like he can't escape it. So I think that the current taxing system now is like, it's trash because it's like I feel like it's further perpetuating the cycle of poverty.
It's maintaining
Yeah,
and recreating iniquities.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're just.
But
Yeah.
anyways,
and
that's
then
my
that's
thoughts on
capitalism.
it.
That is capitalism.
That's capital.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my
like the
God.
way to escape that.
Yeah. Because when we say tax the rich, we don't mean people that are trying to get out of poverty into middle class. We mean like people that are billionaires, like Graham Hart.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Tax them.
Yeah.
You know why they can't tax the rich, right?
Yeah.
You guys know why, right?
Well, because their money's in stocks or what?
No, because they
it's,
see.
no, it's
I
because
cannot say it.
because most of their funds are offshore,
Yeah.
and most of the funds
They're
aren't
really good at tax
yeah.
evasion. Yeah.
Most funds aren't directly owned by them, but owned by trusts that are owned by them.
And the
I
only
need to get onto that, eh?
That's K-drama right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's K-drama.
And the
right
only way
now.
to
Oh my
escape
God.
that income tax thing
Yeah.
that you're talking about is business.
Yeah,
That's the only way. Like if you're gonna be selling your time for money,
yeah,
you're always gonna be stuck at that income
Yeah.
cap. And I'm not saying go to business, it's easy, bro. You gotta rip your heart out like in business.
Yeah.
Just to control how much you get
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. But the working class are
Yeah.
always the ones who are attacked by governments because they're bringing in the taxes.
Yeah.
So
It's so unfair.
It's very
Yeah,
unfair. I'm
it
not
is.
saying it's fair, but it
Yeah.
is very unfair in the reality of how things work.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, ideally, yeah. Oh, we'd love to be taxing the rich, but they don't directly own all their wealth, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
You know how we directly get paid
Yeah.
by governments, by our employers. The billionaires, they don't get directly paid by anything.
Mm.
They've measured, so we get measured in salary, how much we earn per year, all
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. They get measured in net worth.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that's crazy,
yeah.
right?
Mm.
I feel like when you get like when you hit like a certain like place and you get like a certain like net worth or whatever, they should make it mandatory for these people to like, you need to pay this amount of, you need to.
Yeah.
we want
But then the
this amount of
argument
money.
towards that
Yeah.
would be that they're the ones driving the economy
Yeah.
with the jobs and making businesses
Yeah.
giving. But then so these big people who have billions of dollars create big companies,
Yeah.
big warehouses where people like us can get 40-hour jobs and make 800. The problem is when governments come in, they're the ones who decide the taxes.
But
Yeah.
see, this is a racial war. This was the
Mm.
whites. This was all colonization. That's given them that power and balance. And
Yeah,
just
exactly.
Shifted and just,
Yeah.
man, it's crazy. So I do think decolonization, go back to the roots, mate. Decolonization and racism for capitalism.
Yeah.
It really is.
For me personally, personal opinion, tying it there, I didn't even think we need all these systems. Like, I'll be happy to stay in a
Oh.
house and just cook
Yeah.
food, and that's all I got to worry about the whole day. But now we're here. We have to like force our way into living, and
Paid
and everyday
stupid
work is like
taxes.
village life. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
But
It's all good for me.
But are we gonna also ignore how $1 now is not the same as $1 20 years ago?
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. We
You
could
know.
get lollies. Remember how pies were $1?
Oh, but pies are expensive now.
Pies are like $5.
That's why you should
mine
vote for
are
me.
like $8 in my bakery. Oh my
What?
God. No, I'm serious. I'm legit.
Damn, they're
Oh my
putting
gosh,
your
maybe
beef from
capitalism will. No, I don't know.
Italy.
Maybe it'll address obesity and like diabetes. No, it won't. It won't because I'm still going KFC. Okay, but whatever.
But man, we touched on so many different things today. I hope this podcast gave you guys something to think about. We don't have all the answers. We're not saying we have all the answers, but we don't have all the
No.
answers for sure.
Laite has all the answers.
Yeah.
No, just Google yourself, people. Go get your degree. Actually, go get your degree.
Get your degree
or training too, occasional.
and training. But the point is, these discussions are important to have. Have them with your brothers, your siblings, your cousins, your friends, your workmates. And would you like to say anything, like any last words to our viewers? Our camera's right there. Feel free to say whatever you'd like to say.
No, look, honestly, let's just keep it up. Like with the brownification of New Zealand, this is it, man. We're gonna be the ones. Oh, wait, sorry. Oh, sorry.
Nah. No, carry on.
No, well, I was just thinking like the brownification of New Zealand, like us as like young people are going to be supporting New Zealand's future, right? So, mate, let's just own it. If you want to start up a movement to address like capitalism, yeah, let's do it. But let's do it together. Don't do it alone.
Yeah.
Don't be a lone soldier. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like you always got something.
No.
Like you're.
No. I was literally sitting here going, we're all wearing brown.
Yeah, okay, that wasn't intentional too. We did not text or
Yeah.
there was no dress code.
Nah,
We just
it was
just get with the program.
telepathic.
We're just connected.
Oh, this is what I was going to say. When you were like saying, oh, we don't have the answers, I was about to say, you ain't got the answers, Hannah.
I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, get
Yeah. Get him now.
Get him while the
Go
cameras
take
are
a volley
rolling.
away.
You're lucky we didn't choose misogyny as a topic today, eh? Because
No.
nah, just
We're
kidding.
this close.
No,
Yeah.
legit. I was like, I just don't like males. Oh, sorry.
That's all right. This is what we have to deal with as men. Just,
Do not
Just give it
roll
right back.
reverse that.
all right.
Good morning, everyone. Have a great day. Be safe. See you next Monday.